All right, guys, and we're live. Welcome to SampleServe Masterclass Wednesdays. We do this every Wednesday. And just a reminder, if you guys find this video helpful or if you know somebody that you think this would be helpful to, give this link a share to them. These links are live even after this is over. And if you have a comment, put it in the comments. And even after this is over as well, we'll get to the comments as well. So let's get her started. Once I find my mouse here. Today, as usual, I got Russell Schindler here, founder, CEO of SampleServe, and I got Paul Goodrow here as well of Venoran Partners. So both of these guys have been in the environmental services industry for about twice my age, so quite a bit of time. They don't like it when I say that, by the way. I want to just give a little introduction. Paul, tell everybody here what we do here on these Wednesdays.
Well, Josh, with age comes wisdom.
Yes, and I'm jealous. I'm waiting for mine.
Replacement parts. So hopefully the wisdom is better than the replacement parts. But anyways, glad to be here. Thanks again, Josh, for organizing this and setting it up. Really, this is for our users and potential users. Every Wednesday, we have quite a few already completed. They're on our website if you'd like to look at the past master classes. But really, it's for tips and tricks on how you can better use this software and also think about digital solutions in your workplace and how you could lead possibly or invent or innovate digital solutions that will be helpful for your role in your company. So we're here to help you be more effective at your job and hopefully providing you some insights on where digital solutions are going in our industry. So that's why we're here.
Yeah, perfect, Paul. Thank you. So today's masterclass is about 2024, planning for 2024, and getting ready for the next age in environmental services industries. And it's mostly going to be centered about digital transformation. Now, we gathered some data here. This is some study from Dell Tech that we gathered some data from, and I just want to highlight here. This is a very important aspect. About 55% of firms indicated that implementing new software systems is one of their hardest aspects of changing over. So, Paul, what does that mean for a lot of firms that are looking for digital systems, and what are the common problems they run into?
Yeah, well, I was speaking to a fellow CEO yesterday. We were chatting a little bit, and what I'm learning and what I've heard consistently with primarily consulting engineering companies is the ability that there isn't really a standard way or process for companies to evaluate, select, and implement digital solutions. The industry and individual companies really haven't set up those processes to do this. And they're struggling with too many priorities, too many initiatives, and too many opportunities really to develop technology within the business. So I think a lot of this is just everybody's very busy. I mean, this is not generally part of the core business. Many of the applications, like our application, can be applied directly to the core business. And it makes a lot of sense from a practice standpoint to bring on these tools. On the other hand, enterprise level systems like HR and accounting, finance, and other CRM tools, those are implemented at the enterprise level and have some, of course, effect to the practices and the way they bill and accumulate information on clients, et cetera. But they're two different worlds. To implement those two things, it's much different. And so I think companies have figured out how to implement enterprise level systems generally. But when it comes to practice level solutions, there's a struggle because there are just so many tools out there and there are already so many priorities within their businesses. So I think that might fit in number two there.
Yeah, the CEO and the top management aren't really the ones that are going to be using our software, right? It's going to be the mid-level, low level, the field technicians. They're the ones using our software. So those guys are kind of like, I really don't know how to implement that. So
right, and if it's not a part of your every day-to-day task, you're not gonna go out there and start doing something that's not a part of your job description to begin with.
Yeah, so
I get it.
I think that's part of the problem that Paul just touched on.
So that's what we really aimed for with signing up with SampleServe and getting started. We made sure that it's clean, it's easy, it's simple, and it's understandable. Starting an account is as simple as going to SampleServe.com, hitting on Get Started, You put your email in, just like starting any other account nowadays. You set your password, you get in there, and you'll find a video library of how to do everything in there. The videos are only about 2 to 3 minutes long. There's little icons next to everything. So if you want to learn how to do just one thing, you can click on that, or you can go to our how-to library and you can go through the whole list of everything from getting started to generating reports. And each video is 2 to 3 minutes long. So the whole thing will take you about 2 hours to learn the whole thing. And we also do online training as well. We can do video calls. If you're close to us too, we'll come out, go to your office, show you how to do it. And for the most part, what we've noticed is that, once people watch the first 2 or 3 videos, our program's clean, intuitive. People kind of get the gist of it and they start going off on their own.
Yeah, and I would add that we've got the chat bot there. It's always available on the bottom right-hand corner. And we use AI in there. So if you have a question, you'll just type it in there, and probably 95% of the time, it'll actually give you the correct answer.
Yeah, I've noticed that chat bots.
Yeah, you can always click to talk to a human being as well. So
I've noticed that AI chatbot's better at answering questions than we are nowadays. It's a pretty smart thing, man. It covers everything.
Another thing I'd like to add is, SampleServe set up as an app, not a software. And it is software, but it's designed as an app. It's designed as your Venmo. It's designed as your Zillow. It's designed for that type of application. It doesn't require, like most software systems, to change your business processes. That's the biggest thing when it comes to implementing software, is that software is set and you modify your business processes to conform to that business process. And that's what takes so much time and effort. And they're also very intensive learning requirements. So if you think about this, we're not asking you to change your business processes or spend 20 hours learning our software. It's an app that's easy to use and it fits in your business process. If it doesn't, let us know and we can modify it for you. So it's just a whole different way to look at software in our industry, as an app, not as a software tool.
I get what you're saying, Paul.
That's me, man. That's the way I think, Josh. I'm sorry, man.
Hey, I get what you're saying, man.
Okay, keep going.
All right, top technology challenges. This is another thing that I wanted to highlight. In this Deltec study, they also noticed that a lot of people are worried about the cost of technology going up, which is a common problem. People have noticed that enterprise level software systems are, going through the roof. These are getting up in the tens of thousands of dollars to use these. And oftentimes, you have a limited amount of seats. So you're paying tens of thousands of dollars for a software system that only a few people in your office can use at the same time. And another thing I wanted to highlight, and this is something that we've noticed often with companies that approach us, is companies that approach us, sign up, start using the software, and become successful with it. They have a champion that they have dedicated to go out and find a technology solution. And they have been given the authority to go out, find what the company needs, and then be able to convince the rest of the company, this is the answer, and this is how we're going to do it. Now that's a very important step when you're doing a digital transformation at any company, no matter what kind of software you're looking for. And then Paul, you wanted to cover this one as well, prioritizing which trends are most applicable.
Yeah, again, it goes back to the fact that I don't think a lot of firms have a very good way of evaluating, selecting, implementing software tools or digital solutions. And so, there's just so many priorities in the organization that they fall through the cracks. I don't know how many companies we've talked to, Russell, where it's just like, love your tool, not right now, we're too busy. Well, how are you going to get less busy? You're getting less busy by adopting digital solutions. I mean, theoretically, that's why digital solutions exist, right? So it's a catch-22 in how you do this. So it's always a challenge, and we appreciate that. It's just that we would like to be able to help companies get through that tunnel and help them with some very simple apps that can save them time.
One thing I will add to the cost of technology is that, a lot of software they charge, as Josh mentioned, per seat. And what that does is it creates a funnel or a bottleneck within your company to be able to get things done. We don't charge per seat. We charge most of the value of our software is actually free. right? So all the data collection stuff, the project management stuff has no charge to it. We only charge if you opt into our reporting functionality. So most people do end up opting in. That's their choice, but they can still use all the data collection, the project management tools. All that's still free, whether you opt in or not. So,
and unlike a lot of other software systems, for us, typically, the more you use our system, the more samples you end up taking, the bigger your projects get. And the more often you implement, the lower the cost is for you. Because as we have here, it says $15 a sample. Hardly anybody, I don't think anybody, Russell, is paying $15 a sample because we offer volume discounts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless you're doing one sample a year, yeah, maybe that might be $15 a sample. But, I mean, people are way lower than that just because they, we want you to use more. So we're going to get
significant volume that we give them a good price.
The other thing is, I remember not so long ago when I was running companies, it was about every year, and it really is the first step in the digital transformation companies took was, okay, what software do we have out there? What are our subscriptions? How many seats do we have? And then we're filling them, right? Mm-hmm. And what's redundant, what can replace with what we already have, and so on and so forth, right? But, you don't need to do that with this tool. You don't have to monitor seats. You don't need to encourage people to use it because you got the subscription. You don't need to distribute the subscription costs across the organization and try to apply it to a project. That's the other thing is we charge by project or by project by sample by project. And so there's a lot of just nonsense, noise that's associated with subscription services. So we hope to cut through that. I feel like I'm a marketing machine for SampleServe. I'm sorry, Josh. I know that's not what this is supposed to be for.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about it.
It addresses the issues associated with adopting software, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Costs you more money. How do you account for that? Those fees, those extra costs.
How do you pass that along? You know, exactly. And also, with no seats, with no like annual or monthly billing, stuff like that, if you're not doing any sampling for, let's say, 3 months, you're not going to get a bill from SampleServe.
Correct. Yep.
I mean,
that's the benefit.
Yeah.
And the invoices are going to list each project, and you just pass that cost on to your customer. So it's very easy.
And the nice thing is it's scalable. Per sample billing means that if you have a big project, there's going to be more money involved. There's going to be more billing. If you have a small project, same thing. It scales with your project. It scales with the size of your company, as opposed to other software solutions, which is one size fits all. We don't care if you're a small company. You're still going to pay $10,000.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, let's get going. Okay.
Are you getting bored, Paul?
No, I feel like I'm talking too much, so I'll have to settle down.
So everyone knows he's leaving on vacation later.
Yeah, he wants to go to Europe real fast.
I'm getting it all out right now.
He's getting a little anxious.
This is our last one we're covering, Paul. So let's cover this good. All right.
Okay.
All right. This one's about the maturity of digital solutions in engineering firms. As of right now, 19% in exploratory mode. 44% in applying what they have right now, and 28% feel like they're mature in advancing what they have. So I feel like there's still a lot of room to grow for a lot of firms right now. That 19%, I feel like, are completely lost and they need a lot of help. And that even that 44% that's applied still probably don't have it completely figured out. Now, the interesting thing is in 5 years, they say exploratory is going to be completely gone. That means everybody's going to be happy with what they have, hopefully. And, everything's going to be pretty much set in stone. So I like to think of it kind of like musical chairs. In 5 years, the music's going to stop. And the companies that don't have a seat are going to be left out of the game. What do you got to add, Paul?
Well, I kind of focus on the bottom part. I mean, only 6% of the companies say they're advanced, which means, they've looked at digital transformation as a strategic effort for them. Mm-hmm. That IT is integrated with operations, with practices, with clients, with services, and they've integrated solutions to serve their markets. And it's almost a strategic advantage for them. 6%, right? And they want to grow to 38%, which means there's a lot of work to do between now and in 5 years, where you move from 6% to 38% of companies, aligning their IT. And the other comment for me is that, if you add the mature and the advanced, there's an aspiration that in 5 years, there's 82% of the companies are either matured or advanced, which means they have integrated IT, the framework, the corporate function with their solutions they're bringing to market. And again, best of luck for everybody. That's a big pull. And so, we're just one of many digital solutions that are out there. And so how do you do that? How do you do it effectively? We think we have a solution for a part of the market, part of your functionality, part of your service. So we want to help.
And the one thing that I would add is I'd be surprised if that 5-year timeline isn't actually shorter, because the rate of development of AI. We were talking earlier today, Josh and I, and Paul, about when we first started using AI, and it was about a year ago. And the advances in the technology and the functionality and the ease of use in just 1 year has been tremendous. And I think a year from now, it will make today pale in comparison. So
I agree.
It's just going to, it's not a linear growth pattern. It is a hockey stick growth pattern in terms of software development and what it can do for you.
So it was a year ago this month that ChatGPT was launched.
Yep.
And so you think about that, and all three of us consistently use ChatGPT for something, right?
Yep.
And so you think our adoption rate was probably 6 months. Now we haven't used the full potential of it, but they in the IT conversation, that's been a big step where normal people, ordinary people, I don't know if we're normal, but ordinary people can use that software. And so you're right, it's going to continue to accelerate.
Right. Now, one of the things I wanted to highlight with this, let me go back to this real quick, is that this 6% down here, these guys are going to be head and shoulders above the competition, because they're going to, in 5 years or even less, they're going to be ready, they're going to be deployed, and they're going to be more lean and efficient and offer better solutions than their competition. Now, I just want to give a brief, this is a small example of some of our partners that, these are the 6% right here. These are the guys that have decided, hey, we're going to go full swing on digital solutions, and we're working with Eurofins and Tia Group and Situ, and all different categories of project planning, sampling, equipment, so that SampleServe can be the central hub that you can talk to your lab. The lab can offer solutions to you. You can go out, you can win projects because you can offer a lower bid, you can offer a better end product, or you can connect to more apps like in situ. Paul, add to this. I feel like I'm rambling.
All right. Well, let me clear things up for you then, Josh.
There you go.
Try a shot at it. So what we have now is a solution. What we're building is a platform. And if you think of what a difference is between a solution and a platform, is a solution is a standalone effort. It will solve a problem. Our platform is there to connect multiple partners. And guess what? Another definition of a platform is that the platform offers more opportunities for those who are partners than the platform itself. Think of Amazon. You start with a wedge solution, right? So the wedge solution for us is sampling stuff, environmental media. The wedge for Amazon was books. Mm-hmm. Well, they far expanded into other markets, right? And if you look at Amazon making a ton of dough, all their partners, suppliers, make more than they do, right? Mm-hmm. So this platform has created not only a solution for a specific thing, but it's engaged their partners to create more wealth for them. And so that's, one way to look at this is we're trying to connect partners to build a platform where our partners do as good or better as us because they're serving their markets better with our solution.
Perfectly put.
Thank you.
Perfectly put. I'm glad we got this on recording, Paul.
I want to use this.
All right. Well, we're out of time. Let's sum it up. So, just a reminder, send this link along to somebody else that's not, that's they're in the trenches of trying to find digital solutions, and they need a little bit of help. Summary, software's kind of hard to implement sometimes, and we try to make that as easy as possible. And we try to make it cost effective. You know, the cost of using SampleServe is dwarfed by the savings and time that we offer as well. And early adoption pays off. You know, everybody that's starting right now, or at least advanced right now, are going to be head and shoulders above everybody else in the next 5 years. So I think that's it for us, guys. Anything to add, Russell, Paul?
Nope.
I just want to wish Paul a happy vacation.
I'll send pictures, you guys. You'll
Yeah.
get some pictures.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, guys. Look out for next week's masterclass, and we're gonna end it there. I'm gonna put in the comment or link in the comments our masterclass library, so you can go in and look at some of our old ones as well. We got a really good one about Minnesota from 2 weeks ago, going digital data submittal. So we're gonna end it there. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.